As far as the visuals, like everything looks, in my opinion, more crisp and clear. Alright guys, I am here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in Dubai, and I am in VR. I'm just giving it another try. I basically lowered a bunch of my settings. I feel like I'm constantly lowering my settings in order to get the performance to improve, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, currently I'm hovering in the 60s and 70 range. I did set it to 80 frames per second as my target, so I want to see once I get up in the air how it improves, if anything, and just constantly trying to see if I can improve this simulator. Runway 30 right, clear for takeoff. Piper 142, Foxtrot Delta. Alright. Let's go gear up. I've been flying a lot in 2020 as of late, just because performance in VR is very, very good. I have no real complaints with that one. This seems okay as well right now. I changed it to 80 frames per second. And I'm in the 70s roughly, so I'm gonna just fly around here and see how it works out. Yeah, so this actually feels pretty good. It feels pretty decent. And, it's kind of a bummer that I had to decrease some of my visuals and just certain things as far as like the texture quality and the clouds. I've reduced that a little bit as well. Not that there's any clouds right now here. Yeah, I'm right around 80 frames per second right now, which is pretty much where I have it set, which is good. That's good. I may have to fly in Dubai with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 just to compare, because I can fly with high settings in that sim.
Piper 2 Foxtrot Delta, runway 30 right, cleared for touch and go.
Runway 30 right, cleared for touch and go. Piper 142 Foxtrot Delta. Alright, let's get the gear down here. Let's go flaps 1. Go gear down. Definitely getting a lot of stuttering going on. When you get these stutters, it just kind of ruins the immersion. Dubai Tower, Piper 142 Foxtrot Delta is reporting midfield, left downwind for runway 30 right, and I'm going to make this a full stop.
Piper 2 Foxtrot Delta, runway 30 right, left circuit, wind 140 at 6, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 30 right, Piper 142 Foxtrot Delta. Yeah, I get a feeling that 2020 is going to be a lot better. You know, how is it going to look in this area? I'm not really sure. But you know, even though my frames per second is, you know, close to like 80 frames per second, it's like 75, 80 roughly. There's definitely a lot more stuttering going on, and I feel like there's more latency. And, you know, I shouldn't have to like completely lower my settings to nothing in order to get decent performance. Especially when it works perfectly fine in 2020. Full flaps. I just feel like it's geared more towards people with a higher end computer. I am running an i9-13900H, which has 64 gigabytes of RAM and an Nvidia 4080 GPU with, it's a laptop GPU with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Alright guys, there so far is no comparison between 20 and 2024 in VR. 2020 is the way to go. From what I can tell right now, I have all my settings, or most of them, on high, and I'm pretty much locked at 80 frames per second or pretty close to it. I am at the same airport, Dubai International, and I do have everything on high, so I do have room to actually go down if I want to improve things, because most of my settings with 2024 were on low, and right now I am getting pretty much the same performance, that if anything better. I feel like the latency is better, and I have my settings on high. Okay, so we're on balanced, and then I am on high, pretty much everything. All of these were, for the exception of, I think, buildings was on high. Everything else was on low in 2024. And volumetric clouds, I went to medium in 2024. I'm on high here. And texture resolution, I also had to go on medium, or maybe even low. I can't remember. I think it was, let's just say medium. And then I lowered this to 1024. I'm going to keep it to 1536 right now. And everything else, as you can see, is pretty much on high. I even have, like, you know, ground traffic and everything like that. So most of my settings are much higher than what they would normally be in 2024. And Performance is really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, as you guys can see there, I am pretty much locked at 80 frames per second, and I have my settings on high. And go ahead and lower the mixture and the prop a little bit. You know, as far as the visuals look really, really good. Are they as good as 2024? Let me know in the comments what you think. Alright, so I'm pretty much locked at 80. I'm going to remove this just so we can get a better look. And I love that I can get these external views built in. They are built in to the sim on each of these aircraft. Each aircraft has its own set of external views. And wow, guys. I honestly, you know, don't really see the point in being in 2024. You know, unless maybe if you have a really powerful PC. As I mentioned, I am running a 99-13900H with 64 gigabytes of RAM. I have an Nvidia 4080 laptop GPU with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. And you know what, we'll do the same circuit as before. But this feels so much nicer, it feels so much smoother. I'm not getting those micro stutters and those regular stutters. It's just very, very smooth. And I'm at 80 frames per second. Pretty much locked right at 80 frames per second, and I have my settings on high. So this is the way to go, in my opinion. You know, I feel like 2024 still has a way to go to catch up. And you know, as far as the visuals, guys, I mean, this still looks really, really good. You know, as far as like the sunset here, the sun is still kind of high, but it's let me go ahead and change the time of day, actually. Where is it? All right, so there's the sunset. As far as the visuals, like everything looks, in my opinion, more crisp and clear. go back a little bit. Let's back up the time a little bit more. We'll keep it right there. Just to kind of try to compare apples to apples as much as possible. Dubai Tower, Piper 142 Foxtrot Delta is about 7 nautical miles to the west. I'm adjacent left downwind for runway 30 right. I would like to do a full stop.
Piper 2 Foxtrot Delta, you are cleared for left circuit on runway 30 left. Report midfield downwind.
Let's go flaps 1 here. I'm going to get gear down. Yeah, guys, I hate to say it because I really want to support the work of the new sim, but this feels so much better. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Like, I think, at least, until maybe I upgrade my computer, I'm going to be doing most of my flights using this simulator. Like, it makes 0 sense for me to go to 2024 at this point. I definitely support the work that they're doing. I think it's absolutely amazing what they've created for us, flight simmers, but I just feel like 2024 has a way to go. And 2020 is absolutely beautiful and works amazingly well. Wow, I mean, the sunset, guys, looks stunning, looks absolutely amazing. I love that I can get all of these external views. I think it's absolutely amazing. And so far I haven't really noticed any stuttering going on. I see aircraft on the ground there. That looks so amazingly real. Okay, I'm going flaps 2. Gears down. Let's go prop full forward, mixture full rich. Let's go fuel pump to full. Bit high. Oh, what's this aircraft doing? Oh no. It's okay. We'll deal with it for now. Oh man, this feels nice. I'm not saying it's a sim, but I felt like my landing felt more natural. And wow, that felt absolutely amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. I can't even tell you. Like, and it looks so much better, in my opinion. You know, I don't know if we're just like programmed to think like 2024 is better because it's newer, but you know, this feels really, really nice. Wow.
Piper 2 Foxtrot Delta, welcome to Dubai. Contact ground on 118.325 am.
Over the ground at 118.325. Piper 142 Foxtrot Delta. Let's go flaps up. There we go. Alright guys, there you have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I already made up my mind as far as what I believe is better, at least for me, in VR using my system specs. So, you know, you guys can decide whatever it is that works for you. You know, if you have a more powerful PC, maybe 2024 will work better. But honestly, I don't see that much improvement to justify, you know, the added expense, I guess, for the newer one. You know, unless you have a more powerful PC and, you know, there are certain features that you want, like career mode or something like that, then by all means, go for it. But you know, it's definitely a nice sim, I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely a lot of nice improvements, but 2020, as I'm looking at this simulator right now, like everything just looks so much better. I don't even have the right words to say. It just looks really, really nice. So I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. Dubai ground, Piper 142 Foxtrot Delta is clear of runway 30 left. Need to taxi to general aviation parking.